Hi friends, welcome to the Uleka Runnings YouTube channel. This is Pawan Tadepalli. Today I am discussing about the step-based learning rate scheduler. If you want to know about the what is learning rate scheduler, please watch my tutorial on learning rate scheduler. It will help me. Today I will discuss how to implement this learning rate scheduler using Python and how this scheduler works and why it is called step-based learning rate scheduler. First, I will discuss the why it is called step-based learning rate scheduler. In this scheduler, learning rate drops systematically, like stepwise. That's why it is called stepwise learning rate scheduler. After some specific epochs during training, means the learning rate will drop systematically like a step after some epochs, because these type of scheduler come under the principle of drop the learning rate at a specified epochs. And next, how step-based learning rate scheduler works. In this scheduler, the learning rate not change for everywhere epoch. This is the main difference between the square root scheduler and step-based learning rate scheduler, friends. Normally, learning rate scheduler means it is a learning rate decay. What is learning rate decay? Learning rate decay means decreasing the learning rate. How we decrease the learning rate is defined by the learning rate scheduler. In the scheduler, normally, please assume learning rate will drop off for after some epochs. So for suppose at the initial learning rate will be 0.01, after 10 epochs the learning rate will be off. So it will be 0.005. This is the theory behind the step-based learning rate scheduler, friends. So let's go into the implementation part. Please watch this video up to end. You will get good information, friends. And this is the formula for a step-based learning rate scheduler. Eta e plus 1. I am denoting the learning rate with eta. Eta e plus 1 is the next learning rate or future learning rate, friends. Eta I is the initial learning rate or starting learning rate. And F means factor. Because I said this learning rate will decrease after some epochs. So I am giving a factor, because how much it reduces after some epochs we need to give. That's why I am denoting that value with the F. F means factor. After some epochs, the learning rate will decrease with some factor with this value. And 1 plus E is the epoch, D is the decrease, drop every epochs. How much it drops. So this is the formula plans. With the help of this formula, I am implementing in the Python. So I am taking as a class as a step decay, or we can write step learning rate scheduler. And I am initializing the class. In this, I am taking every parameter, eta, f, epoch, and d. So initial learning rate I take as a 0.01 and factor as a 0.25 and drops. For every 10 epochs, the learning rate will be dropped. So I am creating self dot eta underscore start equal to eta underscore start factor equal to factor drop equal to drop. After initialization, I am calling this function. And in this, I am giving a epoch, because we need to give current epoch or how many epochs you want. So I am taking as a, because with the help of this formula, the learning rate will be decreased. So that's why I take as a step variable, and I am giving to np.floor. I will discuss why I take np.floor 1 plus epoch by difference. I implemented this. This is step. This is the step. Because what is the difference between np.floor and np.ceil? np.floor gives the greater value. np.ceil gives the less value. That's why you can take which you want. You can take np.ceil or np.floor because np.floor is good for small values for lending rate. That's why I'm taking np.floor. See friend, the floor of the scalar is a large integer because it gives the large value. This is, you can see. After I am multiplying starting in our initial lending rate value with factor and this is step. See, this is the formula friends. I write this function and equal to step variable, and I am multiplying with that step variable with the function or factor and multiplied by initial lending rate means 0.01, and I am returning the eta. Because why I give float variable? Because the lending rate is not an integer. It may be 0.0, 0.9. It has some decimal points also not. That's why I gave to floating data point. So this is the implementation. So I am visualizing this. I take a 50 epochs and I'm giving this function. Right friends. Step lending rate scheduler. We need to first this run. We need to run this one. First one. After this, we need to run. See, friends, if the lending rate is decreases by stepwise with the increase of epochs. From this value, I am starting with the 0.001 to 0. We can take different values, but I take 0.01. The factor should be low, friends. If the factor is high, the lending rate will be very. The training of to achieve global minima or reduce the error, it takes so much time if the factor is high. That's why you should take factor should be low. So this is about the step-based lending rate scheduler, friends. So thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe my channel and please press bell icon for new videos. If you like this video, please give comment and press like button. Thanks friends.